What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bombs Over Providence and their 2005 album Shake Your Body Politic. And once again, big shout out to Chris for sharing this. And we're up to yet another hilarious song name. It's Anybody Remember John Enis, Chair of the Tourism Board of Bad Sex, Ontario. I laughed so hard when I saw this title. I immediately went online to see if there really is a metropolitan or municipal area called Bad Sex in Ontario, Canada. I found nothing to that effect. So maybe it's a name and a concept created to express a cultural sentiment, but I was so curious as to whether this is in fact referencing a real place name that I checked online, but as far as I can tell it's not. So not sure what to expect, but let's get it. This is Anybody Remember John Enis, Chair of the Board of Tourism for Bad Sex, Ontario. Sounds like an anti-flag. Rhythmic shifting. Thematically, I'm not hearing all the lines clearly. Crazy. That's a really cool tune sonically. Again, they're like constantly shifting rhythmically and adjusting the percussion scheme as they go from like measure to measure, even just like bar to bar. And I like a lot of the guitar work. Now, again, it's reminding me of a couple groups that I enjoy a great deal. Leftover Crack, because of the vocals, not only the kind of screamy quality, but the way they overlap each other with like two different vocalists. And again, that's something that I remember hearing Leftover Crack doing. And then, yeah, they're reminding me a little bit of this short live group, Pinhead Circus, which is sort of like an offshoot of Strung Out, I think. And again, like I said at the beginning, they're reminding me a bit of the edgier side of Anti-Flag, especially like when Chris Head sings, I believe. Or is it Chris number 2? I forget. Like basically not Just Insane, but the other, like one of the other singers. It's one of the Chris's, and he has like a much raspier voice. And it, like at the beginning of this one, it was reminding me of that. But yeah, I caught bits and pieces of the lines, but not enough to make a sense of. But like I did hear, like I think he was saying like Enis. I think he was like referencing like this person, maybe real, maybe created for the song. Not sure, but there were other lines that seem more general. So I'm not quite sure what's at play thematically. But I really do love their sound. It's making me think of some bands. One of the earlier songs is making me think of like '90s Propaganda. So. Yeah, they're making me think of some of my favorite bands over the years in the punk world, so that is definitely a good sign. And as I said, I'm really impressed by the way they have a lot of variety over the chronology of their track. It's not just like, certain like guitar riff with a certain drum beat, go into like the first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, outro with the same thing. Like they have like a lot of shifting and a lot of eccentric sequencing in their tracks, so really enjoying that. And once more, the titles, I just can't get over the titles. So yeah, when we come back next time, let me see what we got waiting for us. And the award for best post-coital hug goes to, again, absolutely hilarious. I am wondering who wins that award and in what context it is awarded, but I guess we'll find out then. Once more, shout out to Chris for sharing this. I really do appreciate going through a punk band that clearly has, a sort of political and philosophical ethos, but also like a strong sense of humor. So in a way, it seems very Canadian. It makes me think of something like, No Means No, or even some Propaganda, fair to say. So yeah, do let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Peace.